Ebony Eshaya Holyfield is not only an actress, but an activist using her Me movement to bring fine arts back into Atlanta inner-city schools. Ebony was kind enough to invite Glamour Profession for an all-exclusive interview at the Holyfield estate. Ebony, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing absolutely fabulous. How are you?
I'm great. So, Ebony, with the last name Holyfield, I imagine it might be hard for you sometimes to escape that reputation. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, coming up in the household with the name Holyfield, sometimes it is difficult because people just put you in this box as far as being like someone into sports and things like that. However, I am an artist, so first and foremost, acting is my passion, as well as the Me Movement, which is my nonprofit organization that I founded in 2009.
Well, that's great to hear. I love to hear about individuality, so let's focus on that. And first, I want to hear about your artist side before we get into the Me Movement.
I've always loved the arts, and I figured out around the age of 12 that I wanted to be an actress. However, my father was always like, you have to run track. I kept running track and just hated it, and then I got accepted into a drama club at my school that happened to be during the day, so it didn't interfere with the track schedule. So I got to do that, and my teacher was like, well, you have to audition for this play. And I was like, well, I have to run track too. He was like, well, you get it for a grade. So I auditioned for the main role, and I actually got it. And so I had to write my dad a letter, and I'm like, Daddy, I have something to ask you. So I gave him this letter, and he didn't talk to me for like 2 days about it, and then he came to me and said that I could do it. So that's where my acting came from my first play in high school, and ever since then it's been history, and I majored in theater in college, so it's always been my passion ever since then.
Do you think that you ever had any self-defining moments in college at Spelman?
I just used it as a platform to learn and to be able to grow as an artist, because I didn't have as much time as a lot of other people that started in middle school or elementary school. I am the big sister a lot of times, so I definitely have a nurturing spirit, but a lot of what I've put into the Me Movement stems from me working as an after-school teacher at Burgess Peterson Academy, and I just saw a lot of kids that didn't know how to respect themselves. First of all, they didn't know how to respect other people, and I noticed that they couldn't respect other people because they didn't respect themselves. That's where a lot of the Me Movement came from my experience as an after-school teacher, as well as an individual that was just absolutely in love with the arts.
So why don't you tell us about the dynamics and the focus of your movement?
Well, my focus is definitely youth, and so what we do is put programming into the school system to build up kids' self-esteem and to promote a healthy lifestyle, but we always incorporate some form of the arts because it's important, and a lot of people don't understand the power of the arts, but children need that just as much as they need an English class or a foreign language class, all of those things. So that's my way of bringing the arts into the school system, but also to give something to the children, to let them believe in themselves and let them know that they are worth something and that the world is waiting on their change. A lot of kids come to me after the program and say, Miss Holyfield, well, I absolutely love the Me Movement, and thank you so much for creating it. And that just touches my heart because this was just like my little baby, and I wasn't for sure if the kids would go towards it or if they would be like, oh, no, this is not something that I think is cool or what have you. So for them to come to me afterwards and say that this is needed and I appreciate it, that means the world to me.
So I understand that tomorrow, which we will be focusing on, we are going to be attending your event for the Me Movement. So tell us about that.
Well, the event tomorrow is called Soulful Expressions, which is a monthly fundraiser for Me Movement. As many may know, it takes a lot of funds to be able to run a nonprofit, and especially when you're first starting off, a lot of the federal people would like to know, like to see your track record first. So it's not an easy thing just to get a grant when you're first starting off. And so this was our way of trying to do that and trying to create a platform for aspiring artists, because there's just so many people out there that are unknown because they don't have the money or they may not have the right manager, but they're talented. And so we're trying to create a platform so that their music or their artistic work can be exposed to the world. So we're doing that, as well as trying to raise funds to put our programming into the school system.
As an actress, I know you obviously have dreams. So if you could be the actress in any movie, what would it be?
As funny as it sounds, I would be in Avatar 2. I would love to be a blue person. I absolutely love that movie. So I'm like, okay, the next time Mr. Cameron does another film, I would love to be in it. So if you're watching, James Cameron, call me.
So have you ever worked with anyone within the meme movement that really stands out as far as names go that, the viewers might be familiar with?
I've definitely worked with Jasmine Guy, who is an actress as well as a director here in Atlanta, but also worldwide, and also Lamont Rucker, which is an actor that worked with Tyler Perry, and also the casting director from Tyler Perry Studios did a panel discussion with us as well. And we have a lot of other actors, prominent actors and actresses that have spoken on our panels. I would like to thank Glamour Profession just for the opportunity to be able to show me movement in a different light and the behind the scenes footage and what we're doing in the public eye as well. So thank you so much for coming out. So I really appreciate it.